Imagine taking raw red onions, turmeric, and traditional upton and turning those simple kitchen staples into a multi-million-dollar beauty empire. Mamaearth achieved exactly that. They pushed their products into nearly every Indian household, eventually taking the company public at a valuation of nearly 10,700 crore rupees. Look at Mamaearth's financial momentum. Annual profits plummeted by over 30%, and the market panicked, fearing a temporary internet illusion. The crash bottomed out in Q2 2025, posting a net loss of 18.57 crore rupees, its first loss since going public. This loss challenged the very foundation of their business, forcing the founders to prove that a digital-first unicorn could survive the brutal transition into the physical world. Back in 2016, founders Ghazal and Varun Alagh were simply parents looking for safe baby products in India. When they found the market flooded with parabens, sulfates, and mineral oils, they decided to formulate their own toxin-free alternatives. They entirely bypassed the physical stores. Instead, they rode the wave of cheap mobile data, flooding social media with intense influencer marketing to sell directly to consumers online. That strategy fueled explosive growth, but eventually the easy momentum of internet marketing ran out and the trap snapped shut. This pie chart illustrates the core problem for their expansion. It shows that only 15 to 20% of the Indian beauty and personal care market actually lives online. The real scale, the remaining 80%, is entirely offline. That offline market does not exist in giant supermarkets. It lives in hundreds of thousands of fragmented local neighborhood kirana stores and independent pharmacies. And as you can see, these local shelves are incredibly dense and controlled by deeply entrenched legacy FMCG giants who own the physical distribution networks. The math is unforgiving. A brand cannot maintain a billion-dollar valuation solely on the internet. Eventually, you run out of easy clicks and have to fight for physical shelf space. Mamaearth's response to this physical reality was a massive, from-scratch initiative they called Project Neev. They had to endure a painful financial hit by immediately slashing their reliance on immediate, short-term performance marketing, redirecting that capital into long-term brand building. This flowchart outlines their next major correction, the supply chain. They eliminated the middleman node you see here, cutting out superstockists entirely to route their inventory directly to individual distributors. At the same time, they stopped pouring ad money into hundreds of minor inventory items, concentrating their marketing muscle on just 3 high-performing focus categories, focusing on facial cleansers, protective daily sunscreens, and restorative hair care. By cutting out middlemen and narrowing their product focus, they forced the company out of its rapid growth tech startup phase and rebuilt it into a sustainable, traditional consumer goods business. The strategy delivered. By the end of financial year 2026, their annual revenue surged to 2,479 crore rupees, and their flagship face wash secured a spot in the top 5 nationwide. Look at this bar chart tracking their recovery. Profits skyrocketed by 175%, hitting 200 crore. But a hidden engine drives this, a negative 14-day working capital cycle. They collect cash a full 2 weeks faster than they pay suppliers. That 2-week gap gives them millions of rupees in free cash flow. They are literally funding their expensive physical expansion using other people's money. It proves that to survive the jump from the internet to the physical world, a company needs a highly optimized capital cycle running quietly beneath the marketing. Today, Honasa Consumer operates as a house of 6 distinct brands. This portfolio includes the Dermaco, which has already become India's #1 sunscreen brand. But the traditional FMCG titans are not sitting still. Heavyweights like Hindustan Unilever and L'Oreal are fighting back aggressively, launching their own clean beauty lines to crowd the shelves. These legacy giants are also utilizing their massive cash reserves to buy up younger digital rivals, consolidating their control over the physical market. Mamaearth proved they could survive the brutal transition off the internet. But as they target even bigger scale, the ultimate war to dominate the physical world has only just begun. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the D2C transition, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into how these business strategies actually play out.